Genshin's amazing roster of characters is one of its main appeals. Their characters' stories chock full with small details that define their personality and ambition. But no one has time for that. So welcome to the Genshin Character Archives for Gremlins, where I will be delving deep into the characters' pasts and playstyles, all for your enjoyment. And today, we open this series with a fascinating bundle of chaos with a sword, Bennett, the unluckiest boy who lived. Gameplay-wise, Bennett is a pyro user that specializes in damage augmentation, rapid healing, pyro self-application, and pyro enemy application. He is one of the most versatile characters and considered as one of the best units in the game. But he didn't always start with this level of recognition. Bennett as a character, both lore and gameplay-wise, was strangely misunderstood when players first met him. He was a character that was strangely unloved when the game first came out, regarded as one of the weaker characters due to the misreading of his abilities and the accusation he was too jack-of-all-trades to function properly. The tier list regarded his healing as suboptimal because of the cap, and the damage potential he gives has yet to be realized. But that all changed when people started playing the game more, and now no Abyss team is complete without Bennett. Everyone grew to slowly love him, shooting him up as a B-tier character to a core member of the 36 stars. This history of Bennett's release from the early days actually represents Bennett's tale quite well. Everywhere you hear Bennett's name, you also hear the words unlucky, sorry, or hassle, a harbinger of misfortune just trying to live his adventuring life, but always getting himself and others into the strangest of troubles. Bennett was always scrutinized and avoided by his fellow adventurers, regarded as a hazard due to his nature. But Bennett himself is a loving, friendly, and amicable young lad, someone who simply wants to make the Adventurers Guild proud by finding treasure. Bennett's character story cuts in deep with the philosophy of smile through the pain. If there's one thing that he's known for, it's his horrible luck and the potential danger he poses for others. But his character stories and his background cuts in much deeper. Bennett's real parents are unknown. His history before the guild is a mystery even to himself. It all began with an old adventurer traveling through thick and thin and through hellfire. At the end of this hellish journey, what awaited him was a baby. The old adventurer thought that he was the first living thing to pass through this hell on earth. But how could he explain that which lay before him? In that moment, it hit him, and he believed it to be true. This baby must be a child abandoned by the world itself. The old adventurer died from severe injuries before being able to tell this story, leaving only the child he had saved. On his deathbed, he only managed 4 final words: will, adventure, and final treasure. However, this child would soon grow up in the Adventurers Guild of Mondstadt. Several single, childless old adventurers in the Adventurers Guild raised the child as their own and named him Bennett. Being raised by the guild, Bennett referred to everyone as Dad. Dad, your dentures fell out into the bowl. Dad, you should stop wearing that old leather armor. Where are the undergarments I bought you? Taking care of all his aging dads who had no family has taken up most of his time outside of adventuring. The dads certainly have found a treasure. Cyrus, the current guildmaster, laughed, giving Bennett a pat on the back. Though he is unlucky himself, he can at least try to bring luck to those that he cares about. At least, that's how Bennett feels. Bennett the Unlucky still strives to find his own lucky treasure through his series of unfortunate events. Throughout the rest of his journey, he's met a lot of people, and a lot of unfortunate happenings. From food poisoning, to accidental explosions, to the lack of treasures, to rare earthquakes, to bottomless chasms, to sudden fatui traps, and many, many more. Bennett's list of strange and unfortunate experiences never failed to just push him around, and that's why people are quite wary of joining him in the adventures. Benny's adventure team is strangely infamous for the amount of collateral damage that happens when their leader is involved. The current list of victims according to Bennett's character story was a man named Jack who fell into a bottomless chasm, but only suffered minor injuries. Another member was Royce, who lost consciousness in a huge explosion conducted by Spark Knight Klee on accident. The last one is Heckler, who suffered horrible food poisoning, and many, many more. Danger is often lurking when Bennett's around, whether it's truly by fate or fortune. I did want to theorize on Bennett's strange luck. Genshin is a world of preordained destiny, and the thought that there's a god up there who is overseeing Bennett's experiences is quite sad. But what I did notice is that Bennett's bad luck hasn't horribly gotten someone killed, at the very least that we know of. Bennett's also good friends with a lot of faces, Fischl being his closest companion and Barbara being someone that he usually goes to when he is injured. But despite everything, Bennett is a very capable adventurer, and his skills are even noticed by Grandmaster Varka. His resilience in combat, after everything he's gone through, is exceptional, almost to the point that he's become so numb to the pain that his body just strangely adapts. But it didn't. Bennett himself is just used to the pain. And that's what's a little fascinating about Bennett's story. It's not that the pain ever goes away, or Bennett just stopped minding. It's just that he got used to it. This is most evident with how he sees the word death as an adventurer. Death to him is something that happens to all adventurers. But death can also bring good. Bennett knows that an old adventurer who saved him has left many praiseworthy stories and legends after his death. People who attend the funerals of adventurers do not weep, but instead tell the ballads and the tales of their adventures. The person's legacy is continued after death. Bennett was once scared of dying, but over time, he realized that death may be something fortunate to an adventurer. I genuinely wish that in the future, Bennett gets the recognition he deserves in the universe, much like how the community grew to love him unconditionally. It's not that the guild hates him, of course. There are so many in the guild that love him. But at the same time, that bad luck of Bennett really stirs people away. But slowly and surely, Bennett is very much loved by the people around him. Feared sometimes, but I guess that's just par for the course. But that's it for me today. I'm so excited to continue the series because I really love character writing as a D&D player. So if you have any suggestions for the next video, put them down below. My next region will be Liyue, so choose from there and let's see. Anyway, my name is Aster, thank you for chilling with me. Also, the next video will probably be about Sumeru, and I'm super excited for that. Anyway, yeah, bye-bye.